A lot of people had a sadistic laugh lately when a story came out about a Northern California man who was killed while trying to save ducks who were on a roadway that he was worried about. But isn't that something that is foreseeable? In fact, wouldn't many of us stop our car if we saw poor innocent ducks in the middle of the road about to be hit by a car and try to save them? And who's responsible for the death of this would-be Good Samaritan duck lover? My name's Eli Castronova. I'm an attorney in Southern California who represents people who are injured by the actions of others. In California, for many years, the law has been that a property owner or possessor has a responsibility to make sure that dangerous conditions do not exist, either on his property or on other property which is caused by conditions on his property. In this particular situation, the question should be, who owned the ducks? It may sound silly, but somebody owned those ducks, and whoever did is responsible, at least in part, for this gentleman's death. The owner of the ducks was probably a property owner who lived nearby. Let's face it, it's foreseeable that there could be an automobile accident where folks are trying to avoid these ducks and run into each other or run into a tree or something of that nature. But I think it's very, very foreseeable that someone would stop and try to protect these ducks. So if this family of the fellow who was hit and killed by a car came into my office, I would tell them, look, first of all, we probably have a case against the driver of the car or truck that hit him because they should be able to see him out there on the road and they should be paying attention. But very often in California, people do not have high limits of insurance on their cars, especially in the case of a death where you're dealing with the loss of a loved one and even somebody who may be supporting his family and taking care of his kids and his wife. So where would we look for potential recovery? Well, in this case, we'd look to the property owner who owned the ducks. Most people who own property have insurance policies on that property. In fact, if a house or farm or ranch is not paid off, the bank who finances that property and the purchase of the property requires homeowners insurance. The thing about homeowners insurance are the limits are often much, much higher than auto insurance limits. In California, auto insurance limits are the minimum of $15,000 per accident person who makes a claim, and $30,000 no matter how many people make a claim in an accident. Whereas in a property coverage situation, the insurance is at least $100,000 and very often up to $1 million or more. In fact, there's very often umbrella or excess policies which cover homes and the people who live in them. So in this case, I would say that if that family came to my office, that I would direct them towards an investigation of the coverages on the owner of the ducks. I think it'd be very easy if we send an investigator out there and he goes door to door and finds out who owned those ducks. And in that case, we would tell the property owner, you have to step up because of your negligence in failing to corral those ducks and keep them on your property, which is very simple to do by putting up a simple fence. This poor man was killed, and all he was trying to do is make the world safer for a flock of ducks.
Hi there. I am an AI avatar reading a real Google review by Jordy L. Simply the best lawyer and got me a very good settlement. I'd recommend him to anyone. I know, thank you.
I can't say enough good things about Eli. Having worked for numerous attorneys, he is my favorite. He has handled numerous cases for my family, and I from personal injury to medical malpractice. He has exceeded our expectations every time. We just broke the record recently on a hit and run I was involved in, settling the case in 3.5 weeks for more than I expected. Thanks, Elia. The Doral family.
It went very well with the lawyer. I highly recommend him 100%. All the staff are very friendly and they help you with any questions. Thanks for your review, Luis Enrique Lopez. It's appreciated.
Mr. Castronova was nothing less than a blessing. Going to court in pain is stressful beyond belief. But not only did he ensure I was comfortable, he did everything in his power to fight for my case. Best attorney around. Hands down. Thanks for your review, Lionel Coleman. It's appreciated.